Michael here from Granix Agency. We help indie musicians attract, grow and monetize their music careers using paid marketing. So today we're kicking off our series called Indie Insight. So the whole aim of this is literally to grab content from successful musicians, people that are in the music marketing industry, and producers as well, to give you guys like an inside scoop on certain strategies that they use to market their music out there, or even mindsets that they've adopted in order to excel in their music careers, with the hope that you're going to be able to apply these steps, these tips and tricks yourself, so that you can also see some sort of progression in your career as well. So what we're going to be doing today is reviewing a video by Elliott Wilson and B.Dot from Tidal, where they interview Roc Marciano, and he drops some gems. So we're going to hop into this video. If you haven't subscribed already, please do.
2019, we say all the games about streaming. You want this Roc Marci album, you gotta go to RocMarciano.com?
RocMarci.com, man.
And come out the pocket and pay what? How much I got paid for the album?
$30, man. That's
$30.
light. That's light.
Yeah.
What your hoodie cost? $200? Come on, man. That's crazy, man.
I bought the album, but I know you eventually it's gonna come to Tidal and DSPs like ourselves. But like you've done that with the last couple of projects. Like talk about why you feel so confident, why it's still important to like have a window where you're selling your product before it's available to everybody on streaming.
Well, like I always say, it's like having the kicks before they come out. You know what I'm saying? You pay a premium to have the Jordans on your feet before they hit the stores. You know what I'm saying? And also, I feel like it gives a chance, the fans a chance to, just to support me directly. Because sometimes when you streaming stuff or you buy something in the store, a lot of these artists being deals where they don't even benefit off of, you think you're supporting them, but you supporting, their overseers. You're not really supporting that person directly. So I feel like this is an opportunity for people to support me directly. And, it gives me the opportunity to give them better product. You know what I'm saying?
And is it still strong? Like, what's the feedback? Do you got to put a number on, like, how many you want to sell? Like, people pressure on you with that way? Or, like, what's success in that model before? And then when do you decide to put it on DSPs? And when is it time?
I usually give it, like, 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I usually try to give it 2 weeks. I don't put a number on it, but it does overwhelmingly well every time, man. Every time I do it, you know what I'm saying? I'm always, every time I do it, I'm like, yeah, I'm a smart motherfucker. Like, every time I do it, like, I'm a smart motherfucker. Like, yeah, that's how you do it, Roc. You know what I'm saying? Because that way it's like, I'm in control of when I get paid. Don't nobody tell me when I get paid. When I put out a project, I get paid now, you know what I'm saying? Versus like some streaming service telling me when I get paid. I get paid immediately, you know what I'm saying? Because the people, when I'm buying records to create my project, they want their money right now. When people mixing my projects down and stuff like that, I got to get them their money. So, that's why it benefits, for me and my business.
To play devil's advocate, do you feel like it alienates some fans that might not get it in real time and soak it up, as opposed to people that are paying that premium?
Well, if you're a real fan, you'll pay the premium. Right. So I feel like $30 isn't a lot of money, bro.
I agree. I'm just thinking when you put a project out, people get these reviews out. The critics are talking, and just some people might get late to the party. Yeah, I guess it's their fault, right?
I mean, they will get it eventually. Right. You know what I'm saying? It'll be up there, but if they're a real fan, and I would hope that they would just want to support. And even if they want to wait to stream it, that's fine too, because let's face it, you could buy a pirate stream. You could bootleg the stream. You could go on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People are uploading it as I make it. As soon as I put it up there, I mean, I try, but it's, with lawyers and stuff like that, it don't come down immediately. You know what I'm saying? You can start the process, and it might take 4 days before the stream comes down. So if you really want to hear it that bad, you can hear it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? It's really about supporting and people wanting to support.
In this video, I think there's a lot of pointers that indie musicians can literally take notes and adopt into their own strategy. There's 2 core points that Roc Marciano is discussing. he's talking about ownership, and he's also talking about creating exclusivity. So that's between the product that you're pushing out there, which is your music, and the platform that it's being distributed on. So when you look at the climate of the music industry right now, you know, a lot of distributors collect, you know, hefty fees from the work that you creators do. And then he also references, you know, people that are, you know, entangled in a record label situation where you're supporting their music and you feel like you're supporting the artist, but what you're not realizing is because they're in a deal and they've sold a lot of their creativity, majority of the profits that, you know, go towards you supporting their music career ends up in the pocket of the, you know, record label. So what he's explaining here is literally when he releases his projects like Marciano, he makes sure that that product will go on exclusively on his website before it goes on any of these distribution platforms, you know, such as the streaming services, the Tidals, the Apples, any of the other streaming platforms that are out there, the Spotify's. He makes sure that you can only get access to this as a fan through his website. What that then means is that if you're purchasing, you can only purchase through his website, which means 100% of the profits, you know, will go directly towards his music career. So if you just take a second and think about the amount of artists, you know, that don't give you the exclusivity, and, you know, they're distributing their music on all of these other distribution platforms, which, you know, for sure that these platforms have to survive, so they're going to be getting a cut. And I love the example that he gives in regards to, you know, you wanted to get the Jordans fresh and early. Like, if you really want that, you're going to go and pay for it, you know, and having that exclusivity factor is getting something that, you know, no one else has also adds the extra bit of, you know, value to what you're pushing out there as your product. So if you can only go to one specific space to get like, this track and no one else can have access to it, it just adds extra bit of value. And if you compare that to your track being released on distribution platforms the same as anyone else's, you know, there's no extra incentive for your fans. It removes the exclusivity factor. And I think the key point that we should mention in this video as well is that he's talking about cutting out the middleman, and the middleman would be the streaming platform or the record label that is getting a cut pretty much just for distributing your music out there. He's trying to retain and making sure he retains 100% ownership, and this is really the message that he is pushing out there for other, you know, independent musicians to, you know, look at and start thinking how can they adopt this strategy for themselves as well. Because at the end of the day, if you're creating the creativity and you're pushing the music out there, you know, the value of that creativity is worth a lot. And if you're just giving it away to the record labels or you're giving it away to streaming platforms, imagine the amount of money that they're taking from your creativity that you could be keeping to reinvest back into your, you know, propelling your music career. That's something for you guys to start literally thinking about. And I think it's a smart model for a lot of the indies that may be watching this video right now to start looking at, you know, how can you add that exclusivity factor to your own website so you can put up your tracks exclusively on these platforms. And like he explained in regards to like the pricing, it's not really a big deal. Like when he jokingly said to Elliott, how much is your hoodie? Like $200, for example, where you can get exclusively on his website for $30. The price difference you can see is vast. So, and it also shows you, you know, whether you got casual listeners or true, you know, hardcore supporters of your music. If someone's willing to go over to your website and be the first, it shows that this is the type of person that, you know, is literally going to invest in propelling your music career, rather than, you know, the person that will wait all the way until it's, you know, available to the public. It allows you to, I guess, use a term called segmentation that they use in marketing to qualify the different sets of fans that you've got as well. And that's something that is, in the data sense of things, really good, because you now know that if 12 people exclusively purchase your track, you know, on your website, you know that these are the people that are eager, loyal, and hardcore fans. And not to say that other people that don't, maybe they just got a little bit late to the release date and they missed it, but it at least gives you early insight of the people that are really supporting you loyally. I would love your thoughts in the comment section. You know, share your opinion on, you know, the fact that he's retaining 100% ownership of his music and he's adding, you know, an extra bit of value by releasing it exclusively on his own website. And also, what's your thoughts on, you know, the percentage that streaming and distribution platforms get from pushing your music out there? Is it too much? Is it too little? You know, should they really be getting the cut that they do? So all of these distribution platforms and streaming platforms, do they deserve that amount for the fact that you put your, I guess, your hard work, your effort, and your energy into creating the music? Should they really be getting the cut that they do get? That's one of the questions that I would ask you guys, and comment your thoughts. I'll be sure to respond to you guys in the comment section as well. But I think the main points that you should take from, you know, this video right now is that ownership is something that you should be thinking of. How can you add, you know, that extra piece of value to your music career by adding exclusivity, you know, creating that bit of an anticipation for your drop to be, you know, released exclusively on your own platform, so it's not going on anyone else's platform. And also thinking about the financial side of things as well. That's something that Roc Marciano touches upon. When you're creating your music, you know, the producer, the engineer, and anyone else that is involved, such as the graphic designer that creates the art for, you know, the music, they all get paid straight away. So when you look at the, you know, the back end, when you've released the music on these distribution platforms, the streaming company is going to get a cut, and you also have to wait to get your cut. So it's like a three-way transactional process that really, when you look at it, does that make sense? Imagine if you just had the music directly on your platform, you know, the fans pay for it, you get your cut, and that's the end. Apart from, you know, a small percentage that the payment service may take for processing the payment, but, you know, majority of the money is yours, and you benefit off that. On the flip side, if it was someone that was signed to a record label, for example, they've probably sold a large percentage of their creativity to, you know, that label. So a lot of the money goes in their pocket and you receive minimal. Whereas if you have the exclusivity, it gives you the ownership that independent musicians crave. You're independent because you want to have that ownership. You want to own your masters, your publishing. You want to make sure that you're getting the royalties, that your hard work and all the effort that you've put in over the years is merited. And you want to make sure that you retain that control. So this is something to definitely start thinking about and analyzing on, you know, the ownership level, on the exclusivity and adding value to your brand, and also in regards to the financial aspect of things. Where is money being distributed, and is there any way for you to kind of retain more of your profits as an independent creative? And this is something that really needs to be thought about. And I think it's an important video for you guys to, you know, go and watch the full video. If you're interested in this, you can find it on Rap Radar, Tidal, where B.Dot and Elliott Wilson talk to Roc Marciano. But as always, it's Michael from Grand X Agency. Be sure to share this video with an independent musician or producer. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. And I look forward, you know, to seeing you guys on the next Indie Insight.